Hey everybody, this is Eric from the African Homestead on my American farmstead. For the next few days, this building behind me is going to be my project. So as a quick update, we landed here in the States from Africa, 4 days ago, and spent the first couple days down in Texas seeing our college kids, and got to the old family farm here last night. And this morning I went on Craigslist and I found some chickens. So we want to have some of our own eggs here from the farm. I don't know how many years it has been since there have been chickens on this farm. I've been coming here for 28 years, and they didn't have chickens 28 years ago. So it's been a long time. But this is the old chicken house, and amazingly, it still has a lot of the stuff in there: the chicken feeders, the nesting boxes, the hay that was there when they had chickens. And so my job today, I'm going to clean it out. I've got to run somewhere this afternoon, so I'm not going to get it done, but I want to at least get started on it. It's just got years and years of stuff in it that I'm going to clean out, get it cleared up. I found some barred rock chickens, some laying hens that are about a year old on Craigslist, and we'll see. Just a local farmer here that has too many, and so picking them up for 12 bucks a piece, which when I looked around, there were others. There were 20 bucks a piece, so I figured, it's only a few. We're just getting a few, right? You just get a few when you get chickens, right? So we're just getting a few, just to supplement. We eat lots of eggs in this family, and I just love the idea of having chickens here again, because I'll ask and I'll find out from my father-in-law how many years it's been since they've had chickens in this coop. So this is the inside of the chicken house, and let's look around and see what kind of treasures we can find. And so you can see it's a mess. There's it used to be worse. They had an auction about 15 years ago, and a lot of stuff disappeared out of here, but there's a lot of stuff remaining. So one thing I see, it's still hanging from the ceiling, is this feeder, and so I think we'll be utilizing that. Now this, maybe you can tell me what this is. It's got some wire inside. I don't know what that is, but if any of you out there know what it is, looks like we have a couple of feed troughs over here, but they're really high up. Okay, I see some stands on the side for the chickens to stand on. So that's cool. You can see there's this huge nesting box that runs from one side of the building all the way down to the other side. So I was able to look, and you can kind of see in through there a little bit where the chickens can go underneath and jump in. And then this is open on the back. And so maybe utilize that. There are some old galvanized steel nesting boxes here. Sorry, I have a cracked lens, and so I'm getting a lot of flare from the sun. But as you can see, for us to use these, they would need some repair. And then over on this side by the door, some more nesting boxes, old wooden ones. And the same thing, the wood out of the bottoms on half of them are gone. So if we want to use these, we need to do some repair. But I'm only talking about maybe 4 laying hens. So obviously this is way overkill for what we need. And let's see, what do we have? Now see, I don't know what this room is. Maybe that's where they kept the feed. That could be, because I see a little bit of a door here that would be, well, that's possibly where they kept the feed. And okay, there's some more feeders here. Old galvanized. Wow, there's a bunch. So set on that. Here's water and an antique heat lamp. How safe is that? So, and then there's some old windows. The ceiling is insulated with hay and chicken wire. Chicken wire is holding it up. Now there's part of it where I'm getting actually poked in the head by some that has collapsed. But that's what we're looking at. You can see some of the windows behind me are broken out. I think that's about it. So this is a big job. on this in this chicken coop, and the chickens even have their own toilet, so they're going to be really set up. So it's going to be a modern chicken coop by the time I'm done here. But need to get all these buckets and trash cleaned out. Actually, this morning I was looking for a bucket for the compost, because we're going to make a compost pile. And so, good, buckets. So for the first step in a project like this is just to get all the stuff out so we can get it cleaned up before we decide what comes back in. So I've got some helpers that are going to help me get that done.
You need that done?
Yeah.
Ready?
There you go.
This,
Yep.
Daddy?
Yep. You can bring that one out.
Make this?
Yep. You can bring that out. Well, after about 10 minutes, the kids bailed on me, but at least they helped a little bit. It's a good start. And the more I got going in here, the more I realized this is a big job. There is just a lot of junk and dirt in here. I'm finding there was some broken glass on the floor, so I didn't even try to separate that from the straw and the stuff, because I want to use this straw in our compost pile. So I just got that all scooped up, put in a trash can. But as I'm working, I'm getting more excited about this. I wish we had the time here. We're only here for about 4 months. I wish we had the time here to buy 30 laying hens and really utilize all these nesting boxes that are here, build a proper fence around here. But that's just not where I'm at in life right now. So those are things for the future. But for right now, we're probably going to get 3 or 4 hens, which this is way too big for them, but this is what I have, and it's going to work perfectly. But you know, as I'm working, I'm kind of looking and discovering things, digging through the history that is in this building. Is really cool. And so, you know, just things I'm discovering, which aren't surprising at all, but you can see these I just noticed are hinged. So these old nesting boxes, I may end up using these because it's going to be, I don't need that many, really, just that lower one. I can keep the other 2 closed, and right by the door. And so its location is really good. These old galvanized steel ones are in really, really bad shape. So I'll probably just find a way to block them so the chickens can't get in. And the same thing with this. This is, I just noticed, for some reason I was thinking it was just open a slot on the back. You can see there's still a wire inside there. They're fully functional. All these are actually in really good shape. But I just noticed, that these are hinged, and it's normally closed, and it's just got some junk here in front of an old pallet and a tree stump here that keep you from opening it up. But I didn't count it up, but my guess is there are a good 20 or 25 nesting boxes just across this platform. And so, something to think about, future expansion. But I've got a lot of work to do here. I'm discovering a lot of cool stuff. Maybe I'll show you some of that as the project goes on. But just loving digging into this project. Guys, what do you want to do?
Swing high.
Swing high? How high?
Really high.
Well, yesterday wasn't as productive as I had planned, but it was still a good day. We ended up taking off in the afternoon and going to visit my daughter at Kansas State University, and I hadn't visited her since like July last year. So it's been a long time since we saw her. It was great. We got home late last night, but now I'm back on this project. Now here's the deal. The guy needed the chickens out immediately. So I was up at 6:30 this morning and drove about 20 miles to go pick up the chickens. So the chickens are here. I stopped on the way home at my local co-op, bought some feed. So I've got chickens, I got feed, and that's about all I have. And so this place is still a mess, but the chickens are in the dog kennel and they're wanting to get out. And so they made quite a mess in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and let them out. I've got I'll just show you here. I went ahead and got this stuff is the quality is so good. This has been laying on the ground for who knows how many years, out in the elements in the rain, and it's still just holding up great. It's not rusting away. So I got these open windows covered. That window has glass in it. This window has glass. They all have chicken wire on them. And so, and I moved some stuff around and I found this door here. And it's definitely going to need some attention. I mean, obviously, it hasn't been used in a long time. So I'll probably get some fresh chicken wire and just nail that up. In fact, the door is bad enough condition, I'll probably just build a new one and go ahead and use the old antique hinges that are on there now. So that's the plan. I'm gonna go ahead and let the chickens out, get them some food and water. I've got some work to do inside because we just got here and we're trying to get settled in the house, and I get this harebrained idea, we need chickens immediately. And so we've got our chickens now, but there's a lot of work inside. So I'm gonna get them out, let them run a little bit here in the coop, and you'll watch. Yeah, you're tired of being in there. You don't sound too happy. Ready to come out? Check things out? Wow, you're not shy. You're not shy. Yeah. Things checked out. 1, 2, 3. There's one more. Come on out, lady. Come on out. There you go. There you go. So, judging from that one, I'm hoping this is not a mistake, because I'm looking at them. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that when he advertised these chickens, he said they were about a year old. And I've not, this breed, they could be molting, which means I guess we'll just have to wait and see, but it looks like they're losing their feathers. And that means if they're molting, we may not get very many eggs. We may not get any eggs. I'm only here 4 months. And I know the molting, I think, can last up to 6 or so. So I'll be extremely disappointed if they are in fact molting and they're not laying eggs, because I paid $12 a piece for them. Now if we were keeping them for a long time, it wouldn't be a bad deal, even though it'd be annoying. So we'll see what happens. I'll get them settled in, give them some food and water, and the next week will tell me whether they're laying eggs or not. Well, you like that, huh? That works for you. You're still not too sure about things, are you? Alright, well, the water's a hit. Set it up on that bucket. Hopefully it'll keep them from scratching all the dust and dirt into it. Well, I got the chicken feeder down. This is an antique. And put some feed in it. I got 16% crumble layer feed. And so far, they seem to have found what spilled out on the ground. But so far they haven't hopped up on the bar to start eating, so I am sure they will find it. So we'll just give them some time. I'll go ahead and clean up what's on the floor first, I think. Some of them got it figured out. Okay, Ruby, pick up some of this straw. Good. Is it clean?
Yes.
Okay, then put it in the nesting box.
This one?
Yep. Now spread it around so it's nice and soft for the chicken to lay eggs. Good job, Ruby. Good job. Thank you.
There's more to the chicken than meets the eye. Here you go.
What are you feeding it? What is that? Oh, that's from a mud dauber. It's mud dauber larvae.
Whoa!
Well, apparently they're laying just fine because I had 2 chickens in that feed trough behind me about 10 minutes and we got our first 2 eggs.